And good morning.
Good morning.
We are going to start off in a very unusual place for what we call as what?
Our walk talk.
Walk talk.
As you see, we're not walking right now.
No, we are in a tub. I'm trying to keep our head cut off. Jacuzzi. I don't know if my wife concerned or worried about that, but
I kind of like keeping it up.
You want me to give it up right here?
It up. Yep,
she's a good-looking older woman.
That's good.
And I was out today on the beach and getting ready to get a massage of my wife and I, and some younger gal said that I had muscles. She said, "You look very muscular." So I guess for an older cat like me, I'm very muscular. I don't know what that was all about, really. But it is what it is. So today we want to talk about, let's talk about how it is to be older, and should we be concerned about our outside looks, or should we be more concerned about our inside looks, or should we be more concerned about our outside looks, or should we be concerned about both, or should there be a balance in between? I guess today we're talking about looks. What do you think about that?
That works.
What do you think about that?
That works.
Okay. So today we're going to talk about looks. You want to go ahead and start it?
Yeah, I think we put too much emphasis on looks, even though, that's one of the things, one of the most obvious things that we use as far as attraction goes.
Ooh,
and I
like
think
sidewinders. Whoa.
There you go.
That's a sidewinder shot. Hey, that's showing more of my goatee and my muscles. Okay, go ahead.
And
I don't know if people like, the young folks like shots like this. They can stand it. I know, they wouldn't think nothing about it either.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
And that has to do with the other part of it. We are, even as older people, we still get caught up in the commercialization of what the media says we should look like. We get caught up in, there's a picture of that man that's 70 with a six-pack. There's a picture of that woman.
I want a 7-pack.
Yeah, and
8-pack if I could.
You've got a 9-pack. So
I got a 9-pack. Yeah, I like how she lies, but go ahead.
And we see these pictures of women that are 70 and 80 years old that have, that are real slim and whatnot. But what they don't say is some of that may have to do with what they did as young people. Some of that may have to do with genetics. What is even better, I think, is if we have balance. If we make sure that we don't get extremely overweight, because that's not healthy. If we make sure we exercise, but we also got to eat right and things like that. We also have to look at where our mind is and where our inner psyche is.
Well,
I know I've covered a lot.
Yeah, you have, but those areas you covered are the most areas that most of us are concerned about when we're talking about, your inside or your outside and how it should look. I think also, too, the emphasis on the outside, especially in our urban community, black community, is a strong emphasis. I mean, we just saw this morning a short clip of Will Smith showing a picture of his wife in the morning, and did you describe what she looked like? Because I thought it was funny.
It was hilarious.
You ain't kidding me.
I don't know what she looked like. She looked like the elf on the shelf, I guess.
She did. Almost like Papa Smurf. And Will just was cracking up in the inside. But she looked like she was serious about not only not wanting to be videotaped, but she looked serious about, this is how I look in the morning in what?
And she said she was going out like that.
Yeah, she did say that. Well, it was really even more stranger. And then I think MC Light, he said was also there on the other side. So
was making a comparison as to the way they were dressed.
Let me get something here. Let me see if I can hold this a little bit better, because obviously it's getting heavy because I'm shaking it. Okay, let's try that one.
Yeah. So, but I think we put too much emphasis, way too much emphasis.
Especially today with our young folks.
Yeah.
Who, clothes-wise, whether it's Wakanda style or, well, that don't happen much, or the young folk style that you see now in the hip hop world, where the guys are clothed down as could be, or once in a while you get the shirt off, and the girls are just usually mostly butt naked as
Almost,
can be.
yes, everything
Yeah.
is showing. Females have to
Hmm.
show everything in order to be validated.
Yeah, exactly,
You know,
exactly. They be banging
which-
too, but come on now,
But
please.
here, and I'm getting ready to say something
Mhm.
political now. In
Okay.
this so-called Me Too generation,
Okay, am
or
I crooked? No,
this,
I
this
am.
so-called Me Too
Hmm.
being the anthem,
Hmm.
why are you continuing to do that, to put yourself out there like that, rather than saying, you know what, I can be validated, I can be viable, even if I am fully dressed? Why do I have to be objectified to be accepted by you as a young male?
Well, I think the emphasis has to do with, again, back to materialistic belief systems as being who you are. I mean, we live in a very materialistic world. When you look at how Trump, pushes that concept of reality TV, a presidency, and we're all on a reality TV. Hey, we're on a reality TV right now. Now, anyway, so I think the emphasis of things that are not tangible is usually the back door. I mean, what you feel, what you think about in the inside is not necessarily pushed. It's one of those things that you read to me when we drove up here. Ayana Van Zam said, "There's you're believing in your truth, and then there's the truth."
Yeah.
And so we kind of grapple with that, but I think we mostly stand on my truth. And if my truth hurts you, my truth bothers someone else, my truth even maybe destroys someone else, then I'm no difference because it's my truth. So the idea of connecting to someone else relationship-wise and relating to them and their truth, which could be could make it what the truth is not something that's really a concern. It's kind of like more like the me generation, I guess is what I kind of say, rambling like that.
But something else just came to me while you were talking.
What's that?
And that has to do with young people are not the only ones that are walking around, very scantily clothed and
Really? Are we?
and
No.
showing a lot of their bodies and whatnot. But I think part of it has to do with we don't really know how to get older. We don't know what getting older should be like for our generation, because
There's no examples.
Exactly, being 60, 70, and 80 doesn't look like 60, 70, and 80 for our parents. And so.
What do you mean doesn't look like it for our parents? I didn't have a parent around.
Well,
I had a parent, and she definitely looked like, my mom definitely looked like her age and more.
But what I'm saying is we don't today. We don't act like it today. We don't act like what we thought. We figured that when we get to be 50 or 60, we would be just like our parents were at 50 and 60.
Well, I don't know about you. I didn't have an example like that, and I didn't see it that way whatsoever. So, I mean, that's a different truth. Yeah, your truth is your truth. That's not necessarily my truth. But I do know there's an outside societal truth that has, in turn, showed images of people who are older. And those images of people older or different ethnicities are reflected all the time through the media and giving that representation. And we're not represented much when it comes to showing people who are older in our particular ethnicity, if you may want to say. So we have no real examples whatsoever from that end. I think that's really a shame, if you ask me. Though we know that overall the ethnicity example of older people are showing through other particular cultures, white cultures even at that it's almost like a new beginning. 50s and 60s, like a new beginning. And you can start, another business, you can start another career, you can start another life with someone else, whether it's an older woman or a younger woman, or it's an older man or younger man. That in turn, men and women are living longer, even to a certain extent, maybe African Americans are living longer. But the bottom line is, to me, that the rites of passage is what I'm referring to, which is an old kind of world concept when it comes to the elders. You're using the word elder, like we saw a couple of days ago, an elder who gave back into the community by the name of Ned. I can't remember his last name. There's not really an emphasis of their lifestyle, how they live, what they believe, and what they look, and then passing on those conscripts or concepts or their ideas, and making that a role model, if you may want to say. Maybe we should look at having a show, or maybe we should look at having a movie, or maybe we should look at in our community having more elders who have did things or doing things, and moving with the transition of this world, in the fast pace, if I may want to say, and use them as example for older people, because most of the time what I see, younger people, excuse me, most of the time I see with younger people, their concept is we're never going to get old, or if we get old, we just kind of fade into the sunset, or we just disappear. You know what I'm saying?
But it's the same thing with older people. A lot of older people are trying to maintain that youth, and in a lot of cases it's because they don't look and feel like they thought they would, because of the people in the community they grew up in looked a certain way at 50. At 60, you could tell they were ready to retire. At 60 nowadays, we're ready to just do something else. We're ready to keep going with what we're doing. 60 is not necessarily a wind down.
And that's what I was referring to. The overall society gives the perception. And we're talking about the other culture too, not necessarily our ethnicity, okay? Because we're sometimes very conservative in that concept. And they don't necessarily keep up with the time, or keep up with what it should always be from the standpoint of the inside, using the old saying that you're only as young as you what?
Feel.
That's right. And so it doesn't, age is still just a number, as they say. So, I think the emphasis in the inside, which we were talking about in the first place, what this talk is all about, is the real crux of the matter. If we don't look at how we feel and who we are from the inside, then the outside parameters, the outside world is going to make the determination.
That's definitely true. So, we need to focus on something other than the obvious.
How about from the inside? Who are you? What is your purpose on this earth? Are you still dreaming? Are you trying to create dreams? Is your dreams just based on outside monetary funds, and that's it? I mean, those kind of things I think we as people, let alone people of color, should be concerned about. Many of our ancestors before us, or people before us, I mean, they had those kind of dreams. We don't hear about them a lot, but they did. Some of them were just to, get from where I live to someplace else, following the North Star, following the.
But that was still following a dream.
I would say so.
And we didn't look at that as
Underground Railroad.
That was a dream.
And from that standpoint of view, since they lived a reality that was depressing, a reality where they worked themselves, I've seen other people work to death, a reality where people were hung and killed and all that stuff. That part of getting free would be a dream. That would be a dream. And those who said, I'm going to make that dream a manifestation and leave and go, we know had to be more than Harriet Tubman who did that. There's probably many other Afro-Americans that are not recorded who escaped and left and went because they followed the dream of we ain't down with this. We ain't staying with this. We got to go.
Exactly, and went in various directions. Because, when we take into consideration that a lot of them went south. They didn't go north. They went south to Florida.
Yeah, you're right about that. Some folks down in Florida, they're all together different. I think our brother Jamal, who's a professor at SSU of Black history, African American history, talked about how not only they did go south. I mean, I think from the Spanish Americans and others, the Spanish people open up doors for them to live in many cities down south in Florida. From that particular, I think there were some other particular islands. Many of African Americans were dropped off, and in turn felt or lived that freedom life. Or one day they overturned, like in Haiti, their captors, slaveholders, and lived somewhat what they call that freedom. So again, we're talking about outside thing. We got a couple of minutes left. We're enjoying our outside right now. It's a beautiful day outside. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. I think I'm gonna tilt it up a little bit, see if people can see. Can you see the clouds? I guess a little bit. You really can't. We'll probably might do another one before we leave back, and walk on the beach and let people hear something that of a walk talk down on the beach. What do you think about that?
I think that'd be a good one.
Yeah, because the beach is actually beautiful here.
Yes,
We're
it
not
is.
going to mention where we're at right now, but it is a beautiful, taking a break and all that good stuff. So you want to finish this up since you started it?
Well, yeah, I just finished it up with let's look more to the inside than to the outside. Let's look at our health. Let's look at our internal being.
Yeah.
Let's grow those and not worry about how they develop as opposed to what we look like and how many compliments and men we can get to look at us and women we can get to look at us. Let's just work on who we are from the inside and be comfortable with that.
Good.
Be that example for growing older.
I'm going to leave this word too and turn it off. Also, why say beauty is only skin deep. Take care. Peace.